Um, Good morning. Um, John Kyle, John McCain, and I have filed a bill called the Achieve Act this morning to get the ball rolling. We know that there are children in our country who have been brought here illegally by their parents, and we think the best step that we can take to address an issue that is very timely is to give a legal status that would be earned. Our Achieve Act has 3 steps. First step is a W-1 visa, which is 6 years if you are going to college or pursuing any kind of an advanced or technical degree. And you can also be a W-1 visa holder and serve 4 years in the military. Step 2 would be after you have achieved a degree of some sort or a technical degree or served in the military, you would get a W-2 visa, which would be 4 years of work capability. And then step 3 would be the W-3 visa, which would be renewable every 4 years if you comply with all of the terms. The eligible children would be those brought here before they were 14 and if they are under the age of 28. John Kyle and I and John McCain worked on this for over a year. We've had others give us input, very valuable input. I've talked to several of my colleagues on the House side about this approach. We're not saying that this is the end all be all, but we're saying that there is a very time-sensitive issue of these young people who have gone to schools in America, have graduated from an American high school. Really, they know no other country, and they want to go to college and be a part of our system, and we think the best thing that we can do to utilize their talents and the education they have received is to give them a legal status and have them earn their way into a permanent legal status. I just want to say before I turn it over to Senator Kyle that this doesn't change the law as it is today, in that if they decide they want a green card or they want to get into the citizenship track, they can do that under today's law. There is no change in the requirements. They will not get in front of the line. They will get in the back of the line. They're not kept from getting that citizenship track, nor are they given a preference in that citizenship track. With that, let me turn it over to my colleagues.
Thank you, Kay. And I want to begin by thanking Kay for her leadership in this. It is literally almost exactly a year ago that Senator Hutchison came to my office and said, look, we've both been interested in this issue. We come from states where there are a lot of folks who suffer under the uncertainty of being here illegally, but who have a good case to be made for a legal status. Let's work on it. And her staff and mine and the two of us have worked for a long time. Then, of course, my colleague John McCain I have been talking with regularly, and Marco Rubio, who we knew would be a leader in this effort, was very helpful in helping us to modify some of the provisions that we had originally thought we would put in the legislation. And to his credit, incidentally, he and Senator Hutchison have made quite an outreach effort to talk to a lot of other folks, which Senator Rubio told me last night he was going to continue to do. And we're going to have to count on people like Senator McCain and Senator Rubio and others who have an interest in this issue next year, because neither of us are going to be here. And I confess to you that's another reason we decided to go ahead and file this legislation now. But there are actually 2 more important reasons. The first that Senator Hutchison mentioned, we have to get this ball rolling. We have to have a discussion that is sensible, that is calm, that discusses all of the different aspects of the issue. And this particular part of immigration reform seemed a logical place to begin, both because of the fact that there is a time clock ticking for the people who are directly the beneficiaries of this legislation. And secondly, because in a related way, the administration has unfortunately chosen to, in one phrase, taken the law into its own hands, choosing to ignore current law because it didn't think it was good policy and therefore creating a special status in fact, if not de jure, for this group of people. Those of us who strongly believe in the rule of law believe that in our country, if you don't like the law, change it or seek to change it. Don't violate it. And for a civilian, that's called civil disobedience. For the president, it's called violating your oath of office. And we don't think it's a good idea for the president to be put in a position where he says the only way that I can help these people is to not enforce law that Congress passed and one of my predecessors signed. So if you don't like the law the way it is, you don't think it's fair, then you ought to change it to conform the law to what is the right policy. And to that extent, we are introducing this legislation, which is not dissimilar from what the president has done de facto as a way of righting the situation, but doing it in the right way, namely to change the law. A final point that I would like to make here, when, and essentially, if I can just summarize this, what we're basically saying is, if you want to go to school, whatever kind of a school will prepare you for a good job, and if you have a job and you keep a job and don't get into trouble in this country, you're going to be here for the rest of your life with a legal status. And no path to citizenship is denied you under here. As a practical matter, most of by definition, these are young people. Realistically, young people frequently get married. In this country, the biggest marriage pool are U.S. citizens. A U.S. citizen can petition for a spouse to become a citizen in a very short period of time, around a year. So I don't think it's any big secret that a lot of people who might participate in this program are going to have a very quick path to citizenship, if that's the path that they choose. The employment path is another way. My point here being that this is not relegating people to some desert island here, unable to participate in the civic affairs of our nation at all, and it's certainly not intended to be, quite the opposite. So we think this is a good way to begin the discussion. We hope our colleagues will do so, and to the extent that we are able to do so from the outside, Senator Hutchison and I will hope to be involved in that debate in some way starting next year as well.